Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. Today we are going to do a really cute style. It's called the pull-through braid. And with prom season coming up and dance recitals, I thought it would be really cute to experiment a little bit. And my little girl here, she has her first prom. Yeah, they have a prom nowadays. Okay, so let's get started. Now, if you notice, her hair is stretched. You know, she has naturally curly hair. And what I'm going to do is I just put a little bit of water in the front. You can also use an elixir or very light oil. That works. So all I'm going to do is section. A lot of this is just kind of done with the hand. I'm going to try not to get in the way too much. But here I could just tell you that all you need are just a comb, rat tail comb, wide tooth comb to straighten out the hair. These rubber bands, these elastic bands are actually pretty great when styling hair. And so what I'm going to do is just make a little ponytail, just I'd say right around her ear level. You can kind of see it's just right around here. And I'm not going to do this too tight. I'm going to start by adding the rubber band here. You can wrap it around maybe like 2 or 3 times. Make sure there's not a lot of flyaways. And notice I'm not really doing it tight. And I'll explain. I think I'm just going to do this twice. And I'm going to have her turn just a little bit. So it's a little ponytail that you see here. And then I'm going to separate again. You just make sure the top is smooth. If it's a little messy, like with the little flyaways, I actually like that look. You got to do what works best for you. You can always take a comb and kind of push the rest of the hair out of the way. And I'm going to rubber band a second part. Just turn your hair just a little bit like that. Thank you. And notice I'm not going all the way to the bottom. So I'm going to wrap this one around twice. Now these are fairly small sections. You can do about 2 or 3 times. So what I'm going to do now is separate, take this piece and separate like that. And I'm going to take this piece and actually put it in between that little ponytail. And then use a clip like this to secure it. Okay, so it looks like that. So I'll move on to the next one. We're going to have her turn just a little bit again. So I figure about maybe 2 of these, or rather, it's probably going to end up being like maybe 5 or 6 sections, depending on how much hair you have. So I'm going to take this and make another ponytail like this. So I'm just combining that section. I'm going to use another rubber band. Oops. And I'm gonna, again, make another tiny little ponytail. This one I think I'm gonna wrap around another time. Okay. I happen to really like loose and flowy hairstyles. I don't like it to look too neat and crisp. That's just like a thing of mine. So I'm going to take this section, this ponytail that I had started over here, separate and pull through, and then section off like that. Okay, so we're going to have her turn again a little bit. Now this style should take literally about, I don't know, 5, maybe 10, no more than 10 minutes. I mean, when you get to detangling and separating here, okay, you're gonna have her turn like that place. And then do another, repeat the process, another band. And again, it shouldn't really be too tight and you don't want to pull the hair too much. Okay, then we're going to let this down. We're going to separate. All right, I just had to switch lenses just so you can get a better idea of what it should look like, because sun is starting to set. So if you notice, we continued with the rubber banding right here, and we continued on through like that. So your end result should look like that. So you just braid the ends, and then I'll show you what you do. Okay. So beginning, so you should have like a piece like that. So it should look kind of like this. Okay. So clear bands also work well if you have a lighter colored hair. What I'm going to start to do is try to start to pull this part apart like that. I'm going to continue pulling. So if you are using darker bands, it will eventually get covered up anyway. Okay, so you kind of pull it apart. You can make it as big as you like, and you continue all the way till the end. And it just makes this little, that's why I said not to make it too tight, because you want to be able to pull apart with ease. So it kind of gives this like little effect here. And you're like pulling this little area apart here. And even the bottom piece. And whatever you have extra, you pin underneath. Okay? Like that. So you wrap it around like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn to the side for me. So we're going to cover up that little rubber band right there. And just put a bobby pin there. Just to cover it up. If you notice, the ends of her hair is a little bit, she has kind of like an ombre look because she was born with lighter color brown hair, or like a dirty blonde. So you can kind of see it has like a little bit of an effect there. So we're gonna take a little bit of a larger bobby pin and stick it in. And again, you just put bobby pins throughout to secure it in place. And you put as much as you want. And you can make this part as big as you want. And I think this is actually pretty cute for, you know, dance recitals, weddings.